Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Now today I just want to talk about how I got into IT. For those of you who subscribe to my channel, who watch my videos, just a little background on how I got into IT. Now I've spoke about this in a couple of my videos already, but I really just want to break down the timeline and what was going through my mind, right? Now I came from the fitness industry. I've been a fitness director and all that good stuff. I have an Instagram for just fitness with like over 110,000 followers and all that stuff. Fitness is the thing that I love to do. It comes naturally, and I've been working out for a while, and it's just ingrained into me. No matter what, even if I'm doing it for a job or not, I'm going to always be doing fitness. Like my garage, I turned my whole garage into a gym. I have my boxing equipment, my bench presses, all my stuff that I need for me to work out at home. And I used to work at LA Fitness as a fitness director. I started off low. You always start off low and then you work your way up to the fitness director, which my responsibilities was I ran the whole fitness department. I was the manager there. I was over all the trainers and everything. I was pretty good at my job, and I loved working there, especially because I could get to work out, and I love being around other people, other like-minded people. You come in to get that work in. But the only thing I didn't really like was I felt like the pay for the hours that I'm putting in wasn't the best. And if anybody been in fitness and sales and stuff like that, your pay is based on commission and based on the packages you sell. Now I used to sell a lot of packages, but the biggest thing for me was I just felt like people wasn't getting what they was paid for. When I sell the packages, of course, I'm getting a percentage of the money. And I know sometimes people are like, well, as long as you're getting money, whatever. But if you know sales, you have to speak a certain way. You have to try to make things sound a certain way. And sometimes it's kind of like you telling people what it is, but at the same time, it feel like you tricking them in a sense sometimes. I just didn't like that part. For me, I'm a straightforward person, and I like people getting what they paid for. That's why a lot of times when people signed up with me, even if they was only paying for 1 or 2 days of personal training, I would tell them, hey, around this time, I'm kind of free, so come in. And I would try to give them extra days of me being there with them and training them. It could feel like the $300, $400, $500 that they're paying every month is worth it, because you got to remember, having a personal trainer is like a whole nother bill. It's like a whole nother bill. I thought about it. I'm like, man, some of y'all, the payment y'all paying is more than my car. Y'all paying a lot of money for these training sessions. And I used to just feel like that, man. I just didn't like the feeling. Not saying that you can't make the money. And then another thing is, I'm selling these packages and most of the money getting kept by the company, not even by myself. I'm not even the one keeping the money. So that was my thing. One day I was sitting down, I'm like, this is what I want to do, right? I want to find a way to make really, really good money, but do something I could spend the rest of my life doing, where I could see myself dying and I could still be doing this job, and something that I could progress in and stuff like that. I had that first thought in my mind. I know I want to make good money. I want to be able to support my family regardless of what, but I also want something that I could do for the rest of my life. Then I start to research. I start to research jobs. I researched stuff based on the amount that I would like to get paid. And then I took that list, and then I went through that list and see what I really would be interested in. Once I did that, I was like, oh, I saw cybersecurity, and then it just clicked. I was like, oh yeah, I really like cybersecurity. I like hackers, and I respect computer geniuses and geeks, or whatever you want to call them. I respect them to the utmost. I respect their brain, and I respect the work that they do. With cybersecurity and stuff, I was always intrigued with just how are they even hacking your stuff? How are these people getting your passwords and hacking into your phone, your devices? How are they even able to do these things when they're supposed to have security measures already put in place? These devices, these things need to be supposed to be secure. From the time I see cybersecurity, I picked that, I saw the salary, I was like, yep, I know this is what I want to do. This is something I definitely would love to do and could do for the rest of my life. And this is something I've always been interested in. Boom. From the time I did that, I started to research schools, started to research accredited schools, and I found a college, which was DeVry University, and best decision I made. And yes, ever since then, I've been in school for cybersecurity. Now all of this happened about like 2 years and about a couple months, a little over 2 years. So a little over 2 years ago, I did not know anything about computers, nothing at all. I couldn't help you do nothing with your computer. Don't ask me. Your computer gonna crash and burn because I can't fix it. I signed up for college, started taking my classes, started doing good. Then I started getting certification. And then I started to apply for jobs because I was like, I know I don't have no experience. The difference between me and a lot of other guys are, even if they wasn't in school for computers and stuff like that or whatever, they've been into computers and gaming and all that stuff from since they was young. So that comes with experience. Even if you didn't go to school for it, if you always playing games, you always messing with computers, you're going to learn whether you want to or not. You're going to learn something about it. But me, I didn't have that at all. I didn't have none of that to put on my resume at all. With that being said, I started to get certifications and so on and so forth. And I applied for maybe 200, 300 jobs. And then one day I got that email to get a job, IT support specialist, a job. And I went through the interviews and it was awesome, man. And the funny thing is, when I did the interview, I think I said this in one of my videos, when I did the interview, 3-4 questions in, they stopped. They were like, hey, what did you use to train? What schooling, what certification, whatever, what did you use? Because a lot of the guys that we was interviewing before, right before, you had a guy, he said he had like 10 years experience, but he couldn't even answer the questions you answer. And we were stuck for a while trying to answer one question. That made me feel good to know, like I said, I'm fresh. At that time, I only been in school. Remember, this is my first IT job. So I'm just doing schoolwork, labs, learning regular stuff. I don't have no work experience. So to hear them tell me that, like, that just made me feel so much more better to know that they have people out there with way more experience than me, but they lack the drive, that I have. I went through like 3 interviews, longest interview process I ever went through in my whole entire life. Went through like 3 interviews. Boom, I got the job. I already knew I had the job from the first interview. I had a feeling, but like I had to go through that process. And yeah, boom. And then the funny thing is, remember, this is my first IT job, no IT experience, nothing. My starting salary was already 2 times what I was getting paid as a fitness director already. This is my first IT job, first everything. That alone just made me feel so good to see that I created a plan and then I executed the plan. And then I was able to land me a job and do what it is I want to do. Now, my ultimate goal right now is to be fully in cybersecurity, because right now I do help the cybersecurity team. The next goal for me is to be able to move completely on the cybersecurity team. That's what they want to help me do. And I am happy for it. And I'm just happy that I'm able to even help them and work with them. I gain the experience, the real work experience, real world experience. The next goal from here is me moving from an IT support specialist to a SOC analyst or whatever. Once that happens, it's like my plan that I planned out has officially came true to the fullness. Now from there, it's just about elevating consistently, moving on to the next level, the next steps. Guys, if I could do it, you could do it. I had no experience. I'm not a gamer. I'm not none of these things. I'm just a regular guy that loves working out, but also love taking care of his family, and will do anything it takes to do that. Guys, comment below if you have any questions. I will definitely reply back, and I will see y'all in the next one.